bots Kevlio set up?
Yes, sir. And I should probably start that. Why is there? There should be audio from you're not hearing anything, are you? Oh, there we go. And it did push successfully.
Very smart.
Oh, still tagging Hosk.
I don't let his hanging in there. Maybe by a thread, but.
Howdy, everybody. Welcome to Super Fight. Today in the booth for a while, I'll have with me Bobby Bangers himself. It looks like we're going to open up tonight with Gunnar Aria versus Nico Dennis.
Yeah, this should be a really good fight we got going. Nico obviously hasn't had stuff go his way so far, but it's going to be a great fight. Don't think we've seen so much from Gunnar so far.
Yeah, this is Gunnar's first fight. I'm excited to see how he how he's doing coming into this fight. I do know Nico Dennis he's got to be hungry for a win. I mean, all of his fights unfortunately lost by knockout. hate to put it out there, Nico, but those are the facts, and that's how the cookie crumbles. So maybe Nico will come out and secure a victory tonight.
Yeah, Nico is definitely thirsty for a win. Meanwhile, we got Gunnar Ray coming in from the other side, and it's definitely gonna be a great fight. I mean, we got a lot of promise from these new people, and this is just the first of many fights we got going on tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night of fights. There's a long list. We're looking at possibly 3 hours of fights tonight. And not gonna lie, as I was putting together this and I was recording, some of these fights were taking their time, and it looks to me, and I just realized this. This is a USA versus Canada match, if you would. So you've got Gunner over there representing the good old USA, and then you've got Nico Dennis representing Team Canada, if you would.
It's gonna be a battle of the what 39th parallel? What's the border up there called?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure of the name of the Canadian American border, but it's going to be a hell of a battle.
As we get started, Nico Dennis launching a flurry connects with a couple, and he's gonna just keep hammering at Gunner's gut. Gunner fires back a little, circling.
It looks like Nico is kind of, he's coming in and he's showing that he's really fed up with, just being dominated, and he's not going to let a newcomer come in. Oh, and then Nico, just gets a little rocked there.
Yeah, it's looking like Nico is gonna have his work cut out for him again as he gets a little jab in on the head. But it's looking like a defensive battle so far, and Nico takes a huge hit. And Gunner is wearing away at him as Nico can just stand there in the corner as he gets hammered, if you will.
Nico, in all of his fights in the IBSF so far, he hasn't showed much fight like he has been tonight. So if he can keep this out, maybe we'll see a different outcome than what's normal. Normally, he's playing the shy part, and he's being a bit more on the protective end, but he's being a little bit more of an aggressor tonight, and hopefully that pans out for him.
Yeah, as we get back into it, they're circling again. Nico, with some nice dodges, does take a hit to his side, but he is weaving around Gunner as he takes a smack to the face, unleashes his own flurry, and they are just trading blows at this point.
I believe Gunner is probably one of the shorter boxers in the welterweight division. He came in and, he's like, you know what? I'm going to be a pro right off the bat. I'm not going to take it to the amateurs. I'm not going to take it to the Golden Gloves, but I'm going to take it straight to the top and, start gunning for the pro welterweight championship. So, I mean, it's awesome seeing these guys come in and have the passion that they do for the sport and really, trying to come in and make a difference.
Definitely a little undersized. I mean, you look at our quote unquote reigning champion CD Pop standing at 5'10", Gunner is only 5'7". So he's definitely got the size disadvantage, but he is a little chunky, so we'll see if I mean, apologies, Gunner. I didn't mean chunky. I meant more beefy as in like muscular, but he definitely has the weight factor to pack a punch.
Yeah, I'm going to score this round probably a 10-9 in Nico Dennis's favor. Nico's just really coming out there this fight, showing that he's got the heart, he's got the passion, and he's looking to take control of it. I would give Gunner an 8, but at the same time, I can't give him an 8 because he's showing, just as much heart in this match so far.
I mean, Gunner landed some devastating blows on Nico as we get into round two. Both boxers taking their time getting the action started, and Nico will finally unleash, getting a good shot in on Gunner. Gunner strikes back, and now they trade blows to the head. Nico playing a little more aggressive, like you said, but him and Gunner are just swinging for the fences right now, and a it is a firefight.
You'd be surprised, Nico coming in here, you'd almost think he would have a PTSD episode, if he would, from all of his knockouts that he's suffered. But he's actually come in tonight, and he's been putting on quite a show for this opening bout of the night. This is a 9-card fight. A lot of these matches are longer fights, as you would in an actual pay-per-view, and it's already turning out to be an exciting night, and I can't wait to see what all these other fights have in store. But this one's great so far.
Yeah, and Nico lands a huge blow as Haas says that he is still in Nico's nightmares. I'm sure you're not the only one, Haas, but we get back to the action. Gunnar lands a nice blow to Nico's side, and then another one to the head as Nico backs out, and now they're going back at it. Huge hit from Nico to the head there.
Yeah, there is a lot of counters this fight. Both of these boxers are, they're quite a bit on the countering side of things, which is odd because Nico, this fight, is showing to be the aggressor. He's coming on the offensive, and he's here to land some heavy hits and really show the world of boxing and the IBSF that he means business.
As we get back into it, Gunnar will go down. Is this Nico's first knockdown of his career?
I think this is Nico's first knockdown of his career indeed. And, in fashion, if you would. It looked like that was a pretty hard fall.
Gunnar's able to get back up, and we will get back into the action, although that will end the round. How would you score this one, Clayton?
I would look at this one probably another... definitely got to give Nico 10 on this one. And I'm going to say Gunnar probably, a 9 again. So far, same thing across the board as far as my opinion goes. But these judges can be pretty harsh at times. I also just want to point out, for those that don't know, Bobby Bangers, what time is the podcast coming out tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow at, I believe it's 12 East, or it might be 12 Central. At one of those two times, the podcast will go live as I try and figure out what Horns and I agreed on. 1 Eastern time, 12 Central will be the time for the podcast tomorrow. It's going to be a great episode. I don't know if we're going to go through every fight individually like we did last time, but it will be fun to do for sure as we got so much to digest.
Yeah, there's a lot on the card tonight. There's a lot at stake as we get into the main card, too. These underfights, if you would, are just, they're a good way to warm up the night and get the night started.
They always are, coming from the guy who has been an undercard warrior so far. But as we get back into this, both boxers playing really defensive here in the third round. Nico will get some jabs into the gut, and Gunnar's going to stumble a little. Nico with some nice dodges, but takes a hit to the face. And both boxers are looking like they're just trying to do whatever they can to get their opponent to fall.
And Austin, yes, you are on this card. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember where in the lineup you fall, but you are on this card, and you'll want to stay tuned for it. Trust me. All of these fights have turned out great, what I saw in the recording.
Gunner's finding himself in a corner, and it's looking like Nico's just letting Gunnar out, but Nico is not taking as many hits as we've seen throughout the rest of the fight, as he lands a couple more on Gunnar and then takes one himself.
I just want to check with Haas. You're on deck in regards to putting everything in the server, right?
Worst case scenario, I do have Discord open on my laptop. On the call from my phone since I was cutting in and out during the podcast last week.
Thank you, sir. Haas, you are a gentleman.
As we get back into the fight, Gunnar finds himself in a corner again and takes a blow to the face from Nico, as Nico is just bobbing and weaving and pounding into Gunnar as he will knock him down again.
And, Gunnar is just, knocked down again. What's been astonishing, though, so far in Gunnar's first fight is he's done a really good job taking on an experienced boxer that's known for taking beatings. I mean, I think Gunner's seen that as an issue, though, too, in which Nico is not an easy person to knock down. Most of the people that have knocked him down have quite the power behind him. Behind them, I should say, not him.
Yeah, this is definitely shaping up to be one hell of a match. As round was that round 3 that came to a close just now as we head into round 4?
I believe so. If I
And
remember
if
correctly, this is a 8-round fight.
8 rounds in the undercard, we are in for a treat today.
And I just want to put a filler out there. I know you guys probably saw on the Discord channel, but if you are interested in broadcasting, feel free to reach out to either me or Bobby Bangers as we try to put together, some great commentating to go with it, with these shows. We want to put the best we can out there, and we understand that everybody has things that pop up in their life, which is why we want to try to have a good rotation of people.
Yeah, I wasn't even so sure that I would be commentating today, yet here we are as Nico finds himself in the corner for the first time this match, and Gunner is going lights out this round, really trying to get some damage on Nico, having gone down twice himself. Nico now gets
Nico's got quite the reach advantage, if you would. Here, he's able to stand back, throw jabs here and there, dance around his opponent Gunner, and really just do his best from a distance. Because if he gets in and he closes in, that's where he starts finding himself in trouble. And we've seen that in this fight tonight. That once he gets close in, Gunner's able to go for the body, able to go for those headshots, and really put some damage on Nico Dennis.
yeah, Nico landing some shots now to Gunner's head as Gunner is just kind of finding himself locked in that defensive stance. And Gunner will go down again.
I mean, seeing how Nico's fighting, I think Gunner would make a wise decision to stay down at this point.
And stay down he will. Nico Dennis will find himself with his first win in his career with a KO in 4 rounds.
Great fight, from both boxers. I think there's a lot of promise that we see from Gunner Rhea. And, Nico Dennis showing up in his first victory in a knockout fashion. You know, it looks like my scoring wasn't far off, except for, that first round it looks like they gave to Gunner Rhea.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting take. I don't hate it though because they looked very even that first round, and I honestly can understand why.
This next fight, I believe, is another undercard. Obviously, I'm actually gonna pull up Discord here so I can start keeping track of what where we're at on the card. Be smart to do. But it looks like, yeah, we've got Timothy Yates versus Austin Sanders. Austin Sanders got in the lab, came in, and looks like he, really bulked up. This is a fight in the heavyweight division in the Golden Gloves. So, I mean, it's going to be a heck of a fight. Both of these guys, every time they've shown up, they've had great fights so far.
Yeah, this is gonna be a great match. I remember, was it Sanders that memed us on the content team last week?
I think so. Sanders, let us know. I'm having trouble remembering here. But uh, Austin is always come in here and he was he had a spider on his face, his first fight, and he was a lot smaller. So when I say he went into the lab, he really went into the lab and designed himself. And boy, he looks like he can throw some heavy hits. So this is going to be an entertaining fight. Timothy Yates coming off of a victory himself, upsetting Logan Wetzel on the last card. So it should be good. It's going to be one fight to watch. And this is definitely, these two boxers are going to come in, show up, and show out. Um, I don't know how long this one will last, but I mean, if I was Timothy Yates, I would be really intimidated by Austin Sanders right now.
Yeah, but if you get intimidated and always back out, then we don't have a fight. Fight gets underway now. Both boxers are darting around as the boxer in the black shorts will take the first shot. As I missed which boxer is which. If you could help me out here, Clayton.
Boxer in the black short, black and white with the flames is Timothy Yates, and then Austin Sanders is in the purple.
Yeah, Austin Sanders looking a little sluggish here, but he is still managing to dodge and weave around everything that Yates has to offer.
It's interesting in the sport of boxing. You don't always necessarily have to be, fast with your movements or anything like that. Sometimes, as a boxer, if you just take the time and you conserve your energy, you'll last a lot longer. You'll be able to maintain that power, and you'll be able to maintain the quickness of your punches as you go into the later rounds. Which all of these undercard fights being 8-round fights, not a bad strategy by Austin Sanders.
Yeah, as we go back into the fight, Yates launching a couple blows, lands a couple on Sanders' head, and Sanders is finding himself in the same position as Gunner, just stuck in that defensive stance. We'll see if he can break through and hopefully, for him, fare better than Gunner Ray.
Timothy Yates rocked there. I think Austin Sanders is throwing some pretty heavy hits there, if you would. Probably hard to block the entirety of the power coming through those punches.
Yeah, and as we look now, Sanders able to land a hit, and they are really just going back and forth. And it looks like, I'm sorry, was it Yates that was in the black shorts?
Yeah, Yates is in the black shorts.
And Yates will be stumbling a lot there at the end of that round.
My bad. It was not Yates that beat Logan Wetzel. It was Noah Johnson that beat Logan Wetzel, which news about Noah Johnson. This will be his last fight in the heavyweight Golden Gloves division. It's a title fight against Smokey Woods, and it's on the main card, but it will be his last fight. So win or lose, he's actually going pro. And the next card you'll see him on, he will be in a pro bout.
And it's looking like he's going to be attempting, I should say, to take the championship and run away with it.
Yeah, you probably could say that, but as IBSF rules and regulations state, if he goes pro, he does have to relinquish that title.
Yeah, kind of a ideal situation for Smokey as we get into round 2 here, with Yates throwing a couple punches as all their punches that are being thrown are getting blocked, and Yates will finally land a couple to Sanders' midsection as he then lands one to the head. Sanders looking shaken up, circles, and is just on the defensive, trying to get some energy back.
Speaking of Yates and Smokey Woods, I was able to find it, and Smokey Woods knocked out Timothy Yates in 6 rounds the last time Yates fought. So he's coming off of being knocked out. He's coming in, and he's probably looking to shock the boxing world as well. And then Austin Sanders here lost to Marcus Shakur in 4 rounds by decision. So he did go the distance. He's a boxer that shows that he can go the distance, and he's looking to make an impact here tonight as well.
And both these boxers really want a win, as Yates will, or I believe that was Sanders that threw the punches. My apologies. Is he will put Yates on the defensive for a bit. And as we get in here, it's looking like Sanders is starting to take a little bit of control in this fight. He's able to read Yates' movement better and is landing some good blows. As we continue here, the round will end, and it was back and forth. Personally, I think Sanders actually pulled out that round. He landed some heavy hits that were really nice that they landed, because it looks like Yates is going to be going to the next round a little more shaken up than he's been used to during this fight.
Yeah, Sanders so far I feel has definitely dominated this fight score wise, though Yates has come in and shown a lot more energy. My problem with Yates' strategy right now is that if he keeps on exhausting it, if it goes the distance, it may hurt Yates in the long run. Because again, Sanders has shown that he can go the distance. And for everybody that's viewing, on my end, I'm not able to see whether or not the game audio is coming through. So if you guys could give me a thumbs up and let me know that the game audio is coming through, I would very much appreciate it.
While that's happening, we step into round 3, and it's looking like both of them are going to be trying to land a punch, as it looks like Sanders lands a couple, but Yates retaliates with a haymaker to the head. As now Yates keeps throwing and gets the knockdown on Sanders, and you might be wanting to check your audio, Clayton.
Yeah, I'm looking into it right now.
Meanwhile, Sanders is able to get back up, only down for a little bit, but that's the first knockdown of the match. So this one is definitely going to be a long battle, as Sanders and Yates both swinging, both are able to dodge the other's blow. As Sanders now fires but gets smacked in the face by Yates for doing so. And it looks like Yates is reclaiming momentum with some nice blows to Sanders' side. Sanders trying to stay in this though. Sanders now got Yates on the defensive a little bit, landing some blows to his side, but it's looking like Yates was just biding his time for the counterattack. Sanders will dodge that one though, as he is primarily in his defensive stance, but goes out of it and gets a shot to his head. Yates now on the offensive, trying to get another knockdown so he can hopefully get the knockout. Sanders has a great dodge though and gets a hit, but Yates is hitting back, and this is just a fight of two men that look like they have wrecking balls for hands right now. And both on the defensive, Sanders ducks under Yates' thing, and that'll be the end of the round. And I gotta say, that round was electric.
I am currently working on getting this up. I don't know why. I'm hoping you guys are able to start hearing it more. I'm able to start hearing it more on my end. But I don't know what happened. So as it comes on, let me know that you guys can hear it, if you guys can.
As we get towards the end of this in between round, it's looking like both boxers are going to start getting tired. We might be seeing some sloppier boxing as we go on, but this is definitely going to be a fight for the ages, as both boxers have looked very strong so far.
Yeah, as any fight goes on, you just become more sluggish. I mean, this is a sport of cardio and heart, after all. Some of the greatest fighters can last, 12, 15, 16, 18 rounds, if you would. Older fights have lasted a long time. You got to think to yourself, the likes of Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, and all these other greats. Some of these fights last forever. I mean, even think about modern day boxers such as Floyd Mayweather. When their fights go the distance, you're sitting there watching a fight for quite some time.
Meanwhile, Sanders trying to take control of the match had a huge head hit to Yates' head, and he will get the knockdown. Yates will take a blow and will be on the canvas trying to come back into this. Yates able to get up, and we have a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Both boxers have one knockdown, and it has just been blow after blow being dealt. We'll see how this continues.
It's quite interesting to see Austin. Seems to got a little bit more pep in his step in comparison to Yates. Again, showing that he's more of a fighter to go the distance than I think Yates is built to do. And I think you're able to start seeing the effects of having all that energy at the beginning of the bout, how that is, faring in Austin Sanders' his favor.
Haas, I hear you, and I can definitely update it for you while you're gone. As we get back into this fight, we got Yates in the black shorts, Sanders in the purple, as Sanders lands a blow to Yates' midsection. Yates dodging around though, but then takes one to the head, and that will be the end of the round.
And again, I just want to say thank you to the broadcasting and the content team here. Bobby Bangers being clutch with being able to step in tonight. Valente for all the times he's been able to step in, and even Haas for his efforts tonight, getting these results posted as the night unfolds.
This is looking like.
Yates
Excuse me, go ahead.
Yates really has to start stepping up. He can't get knocked down again. I think if he gets knocked down again, it doesn't look like he has what it takes to get back up. And I mean, I know if it was me in the ring going up against Austin Sanders, next hit that I go down, I'm wanting to stay down because I'm wanting to go home. I'm wanting to take a rest.
Yeah, it's looking like I doubt either of these boxers would stay down. This has been one hell of a fight as both of them look to really try and go the distance and outlast the other. As we get back into this fight, Yates ducking around Sanders, looking like he's taking control of this round early as he lands a shot to Sanders' head.
Where
And
is
he is
this
just
energy coming from in regards to Yates? I mean, he looked a little sluggish last round, and now he's got this energy all of a sudden. Did they give him a shot of adrenaline before the night started?
Yates going back at it, leaving Sanders in a corner, and he is just landing blows, but Sanders will get a nice retaliation, and this fight just does not want to stop.
And Babs, no, you have not fought yet. Let me take a look here and figure out where in the card you are. You're a couple fights away. You'll be on the opening card. There is three more fights till your fight.
This stream will definitely be a marathon and not 100 meters, and I'm starting to regret not having a water bottle around. Anyway, as we continue this fight, Yates trying to land some blows on Sanders, but Sanders just staying up as both boxers are landing, missing, and taking blows.
And Bobby Bangers, if you need to, feel free to go grab a water. It shouldn't take you too long, and I'll hold it down for till then.
It appears that Yates got knocked down, and he will get back up, but the count will get to 7 before he can get back into his stance, and this match might be coming to a close in the near future as we see what each boxer can pull off.
Yates wobbling there at the end of that round. It's looking like Yates can't take much more of a beating going on. Austin Sanders really coming in there. I think he's looking to capitalize. I don't think he's going to settle for just a decision. Last time it went to a decision, it didn't go in his favor, so he's probably looking to score another knockdown and hope for a knockout tonight.
Both of these fighters look like they are fighting for it. As we get the shots of each one through the ropes, Sanders looks more confident. Yates might be running out of steam. He seemed to start strong, but it looks like Sanders might be pulling ahead in the late game.
And everybody that's tuning in tonight, if you haven't done so already, please go and subscribe to us here on Twitch. We're trying to make affiliate, and when we make affiliate, we'll be able to do a lot more cool things and be able to reward you guys with free upgrades and stuff through different means like guessing who wins fights and whatnot, and other fun things. So please go ahead, find yourself the subscription button and click it real quick.
Meanwhile, Yates doing everything he can to stay in this fight, lands a nice blow on Sanders, but Sanders just looks more confident here. Looks more energized as Yates gets sent back into a defensive stance.
Yates really protecting that body. His body's got to be hurting.
He will go down again, and it is just a question of will he get up, and it's getting towards the end. And that will be the knockout.
Austin Sanders wins his first fight. His first victory comes in the form of a knockout. Great job, Austin, in your first victory. Hopefully we see more victories and more fights like this coming from these two boxers.
That was a match for the ages, going all the way to the 5th round, and it was just Austin Sanders in that late game.
Yeah, there was only one judge at the end of the day that said, "Hey, this is in Austin Sanders' favor," but the other judges were, scoring it even, which I would have agreed with the other judges, to be honest. This was looking like a pretty even fight all the way through. But, Austin Sanders came in. He showed that being ready for the long game really makes a difference, and then secured a knockout victory.
Yeah, Sanders in the chat saying he's going to reward himself with some beer and Krispy Kreme, and you deserve it after that marathon of a fight.
And now we are seeing Logan Wetzel versus Marcus Shakur. This is going to be one bout. Last time Marcus Shakur looked like he was going to lose his match. He was bloodied, and it looked like he was about ready to be done, but he still somehow came back and knocked out Austin, or was it Austin? Again, I'm losing.
It was in fact Austin Sanders. This will definitely be an interesting match. I mean, Logan Wetzel was defeated in 4 rounds. It came down to a decision, but Noah Johnson had the edge on him. And it'll be interesting to see who can win this fight, as both boxers are coming off of a performance.
And I'm going to fact check myself. It was not a knockout. It went to decision in the 4th round, in which Marcus Shakur secured the victory.
Shakur coming off of that victory. Wetzel, meanwhile, letting down the entire content team in his decision. So we'll see just how this match goes.
Wetzel officially part of creating a meme, if you would.
Do we have
should we give him, the credit for doing that, or should we, throw that credit Austin's way for coming up with the meme in the first place?
I feel the credit has to go to Johnson, who defeated Wetzel, but Wetzel definitely had a role to play. As we get into this fight, we got Logan Wetzel in the black shorts. We got Marcus Shakur in the purple patterned shorts. This will be another great fight, as we've already had two really good fights come our way.
Two boxers pretty close in height and pretty close in reach, so this is going to be an interesting one to fight. Or not interesting one to fight, but interesting one to watch, because they're going to have to figure out a way to get in, connect with a few blows, and make it count. My opinion, and this may be too early to tell, but I'm going to guess that this one goes all the way, and we'll see full 8 rounds.
Yeah, we got some punches being thrown as Wetzel just went in there with a swing that was very easy for Shakur to dodge.
And
Shakur now trying to retaliate.
Congratulations right now to Nico on getting permission from his girlfriend's parents in regards to asking his girlfriend to marry him. So congratulations there, man. You got your dub earlier, and it looks like you got another dub in real life.
Nico is having the best Saturday of his life right now. As meanwhile, Shakur and Wetzel going at it. Shakur will land a blow to Wetzel's gut. Wetzel has been inaccurate as it looks with his punches, but Shakur is doing a nice job of coming back.
Ooh, Wetzel coming in there with some pretty heavy hands with that hook. I mean, I don't know. If I took that hook, I'd probably just want to go straight down. But again, Clayton Cobb is probably the best fighter the league's seen so far.
Clayton Cobb, one of the best fighters. Definitely no coincidence there. And Wetzel goes down. He just took a shot from Shakur.
I did not expect him to go down like that, especially after a huge hook coming from Wetzel to begin with. Again, just to remind everybody, it is Clayton Cobb and Bobby Bangers in the booth tonight. Bobby Bangers did step in last minute to save the day, if you would, and pull a Superman and replace Valente, as Valente had some family matters to attend to.
Yeah, wrong high schooler. Before we get into the analysts of that last round, I do want to say goodnight to Babineau as he's leaving the stream up for affiliate. That's one of the best things you can do to try and help us get there.
Yeah, thank you, Babineau. We appreciate it. We appreciate all your support and everything you do to try to help make the IBSF one of the best sim leagues out there for boxing.
Here we go, getting into round 2. Wetzel trying to retaliate after getting knocked down. And I will have to step out for a minute. I'd like to apologize.
It's all good. And Babs, I will have to look into that at some point. Shakur really coming in there, not backing off. He's not moving as quickly, but he's, coming in there and trying to make a difference. And it looks like he hits him pretty hard and rocks him a bit here. And maybe he's looking to score another knockdown, and he just might with the way he is fighting right now. Wetzel really needs to get out of the corner here and start looking to get in a different position. Shakur dazes Wetzel a bit again. And it looks like Wetzel's hits are a little crazy right now. They're not very accurate. I don't know. To me, that looked almost like a elbow being thrown. So let's see what you guys think. And just a reminder for you, Nico. This is just for you. Nico won his fight by knockout. Wetzel really looking like he's trying to stay in it, but he's looking pretty tired and he's looking pretty hurt. Looks like we're going to see another round of action here between Wetzel and Shakur. Shakur really coming in and dominating this fight so far. Had a knockdown. Probably could have had some other knockdowns too in this fight. But at the end of the day, this is a good fight. This is a really good fight at the end of the day. And as I put these cards together, I always strive to try to put on a show for everybody out there. And, just so everybody knows, I try not to watch these. Again, like I may catch the end results, so I may know who wins because I have to record it. But at the end of the day, these fights that you hear me commentating over, you get to hear me commentate over with my live, first impressions, if you would. Wetzel looking hurt and tired. Still throwing some heavy throws, heavy punches there where it looks like he could, still make a difference. Shakur coming in there and, punishing Wetzel, if you would, dazing him again. This may knock him out. And this is the third fight on the night. We still have 6 more fights to go on the night. This is going to be a long night. We are only a third of the way through after this match. Wetzel looking hurt. Is he going to get up? Wetzel standing up and not ready to give up yet. Wetzel is looking to, try to still come in and come out victorious. But at this point, I think Shakur is showing that he's the best fighter in this match. Wetzel's really going to have to come out here and knock out Marcus Shakur, I think, in order to secure this victory if the fighting keeps on going this way. And yes, 9 fights is crazy, but in all reality, this is the length of probably a realistic super fight card, or super card, if you would, or our pay-per-view. And I try to bring as much realism to a sim league as possible. So, we're going to sit back, relax, enjoy it, and, have a good one. I am going on to my second bottle of water here, just to give you a little bit of live commentating on that. This is a lot of talking that I'm not used to. I don't get to talk this often, but this is a great fight again. And, at the end of the day, what do you guys think of this fight? I want to read in the comments here. What are you guys thinking of this Wetzel versus Shakur fight? How do you guys think it's going to end? Is it going to end in decision, or is it going to end in a knockout? Are we going to see some referee stoppage? Yes, Logan does have quite the crazy chin. It doesn't look like he's willing to just go down easy. He even showed that in the last fight. We're going into this round, and I think it'll be interesting to see how this is going to turn out. It looks like Shakur is a little tired here, and we'll see how that's going to affect him at the end of the day. And give me a second here as I get, my booth partner back in here. I got to, give him a call through Discord. So give me a quick second. All right, and Bobby Bangers is back in the booth with us.
Though it may be short-lived, I think that my family is currently running around like chickens with their head cut off, trying to figure out what we collectively will do for dinner. But until then, I'm here to give some mid pay grade commentary on some amazing fights. As we get into this now, we got Wetzel firing at Shakur, looking like this might come down to a decision. I don't know. I haven't been here for half the fight, but Wetzel dodging a hook from Shakur that looked like it would have hurt and firing back, just trying to get something going. As Wetzel looks pretty bloodied up.
And when Bobby Bangers goes, if you guys are interested in hopping in and calling some fights with me, let me know, and I will call and we'll get you guys over here, and you guys can help me commentate. If you don't have much knowledge on the sport, that's okay. It just helps me have somebody to talk to and be able to, fill everybody's ears with lovely speak.
Full disclosure, I don't know the slightest bit about combat sports, but it's pretty easy to just say he punches. So if you think you might want to try it, feel free to send Clayton a DM. As can I just say, Wetzel looks like he's straight out of Demon Slayer or something right now, because he is bloodied up.
Yeah, Wetzel looks hurt. I mean, he's got a nice cut above the eye. The thing is, though, is Shakur was in a similar spot the week before. So, I mean, it's very much possible that Logan could still come in and pull this one off. Though, I wouldn't put all your eggs in that basket. If I were you, I'd put all your eggs in the basket of Marcus Shakur. I mean, he's, again, showing that he is the dominant boxer in this match.
Wetzel looking a little cleaned up as they get back into it. And Shakur and Wetzel both bobbing and weaving, trying not to take any hits, but still landing a couple. Wetzel will take a smack, and he will go down. And we will see if he can get up. It's looking like it's going to be a battle. And he will get up at 6 and will be able to make it into another flurry against Shakur. Shakur,
I mean,
starting quick.
I would just stay down at this point. I mean, you're bleeding with a nasty cut above your, I think it's his right eye here. And, get back there, let the medics take care of it, go home, live to actually be able to see your friends and family the next day.
That would be a really badass scar, though. As we continue this fight, Shakur sending in some blows, and someone got hit there. Might have been both of them, as Shakur is now taking some damage from Wetzel.
I don't know if you caught, but they had one blow where Wetzel was coming with a hook, and Shakur came in with a hook at the body, and it was just a lovely connection at the same time. Both some pretty heavy hits.
Shakur bobbing and weaving, Wetzel doing everything he can to try and stay in this fight, and Wetzel taking more hits. What's that cut above the eye? Bleeding again. It looks so cool, man. I'm gonna be honest, Logan. You are the coolest boxer on the card right now, as the round will end. And I am going to need to pop out again, but hopefully I'll be back. If not, Horns, I volunteer you to replace me.
I mean, yeah, it would be nice to have the other Bobby in here if possible. I did have Smokey Woods come in my DMs and say he may be able to. Again, we'll see. He says he has to see, but again, this has been a hell of a fight. I mean, both boxers going a long way. I could see this going the distance. And I would love to see this fight go the distance. I mean, by far, this is my favorite fight of the night so far. Don't get me wrong. Sanders had a great fight, had a wonderful victory by knockout. And then we've got Dennis was able to secure his, his first victory by knockout as well. And we have all of these amazing first for some of these boxers tonight. And let's see, what was another one? Well, it was just those two fights. This is the third fight. But yeah, I mean, it's been a great night of fights. And this is by far, in my opinion, is the most entertaining fight we've seen. Both of the other fights were really good. But this is some grade A boxing that we're seeing here. It's real entertaining. They're going the distance. They're putting on a show. I mean, to me, this is like watching Rocky Marciano fight all over again. I mean, Shakur here looking like he's a little hurt. Both of these fighters starting to slow down. And just a reminder, Nico, it was Bobby Bangers that was in here, not Bobby Black. Shakir working on the body. Maybe if he keeps capitalizing on the body, he'll be able to secure another knockdown. We make it, and this fight goes the distance with Marcus Shakur securing another victory. Is this going to propel him to a title fight? We will see. This could be the fight of the night. I don't know. It's still early on. This is only the third undercard fight, and we're seeing a lot of action. It's been a great night of fights so far, and I'm definitely looking forward to everything that this card has in store. Bobby Black here saying that Nico and him are 3-on-3 on the pick'em so far. So you boys are having a great night as far as pick'ems goes. Speaking of Bobby Black is jumping into the ring to face off against Walker Holman. Bobby Black knocked out his last fight. Walker Holman also not victorious in his last bout. I can't remember how that match ended. Again, two great fighters. This is, I mean, if we're talking about an undercard, this is a really good undercard, lineup for the night. At the end of the night, these fighters come in, they work hard day in and day out to put on a show for everybody in the IBSF. And, I can't be prouder as a commissioner here of this league. That everybody is as dedicated to the sport as they are and to the league. Walker still winless. I'm pretty sure he's probably coming in here and he's looking for another victory. It doesn't look like Bangers is going to be able to come back in the booth. So with that being said, if anybody wants to jump in, feel free to. Bobby Black, we would love to have you in here. And yes, Bobineau defeated Walker by decision last bout. What are your guys' early predictions right now as to how this fight is going to go? Smokey says Bobby Black by KO. Forgive me, guys. I am going to run. I'll be right back. I got to go use the little boy's room, and then I'll be right back to call you guys on the action. But I'm going to keep this stream going all live for you guys. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll be back as soon as possible. And I'm back to call the action. Sorry about that. Water sometimes runs right through you. But at the end of the day, when you got to go, you got to go. Bobby Black did hop in the server and said if you want a chance to hop in the booth, it would be a great night to do it. There's a lot to be called. There's a lot of fights. We are not even halfway through the night, and it's going to be a long night of calls. And when I tell you I had to get up and go, and I've got like 2 other bottles of water here, which I'm probably going to have to go re-up on again soon. Bobby Black looking pretty confident in his boxing abilities coming in here. Being able to dip and slip. Really being calculated here with where he's throwing his punches. throws a pretty nasty left there where he dazes Walker Holman a little bit. It's not delivery. It's DiGiorno. That is not ad placement, by the way, but thank you, Bobby Bangers, for coming in and, giving us an update on what's for dinner. For dinner for me tonight, when I get to it, is, some egg fried rice, I believe, from what I heard. And just to give everybody an update, or not update, but let everybody know, if you want to join in on the stream, as far as commentating goes, let me know first here through the stream chat and message me on Discord, and we'll see about getting you on here. Again, thank you, Bobby Bangers, for coming through clutch and helping us start out our night with our first 3 fights, and first 3 fights and helping me call those. And we're gonna get Smokey in here to help call a few fights here. So just give me a second, and you'll hear Smokey here shortly. I'm gonna go ahead and mute the mic and desktop audio so you don't hear that, and I can talk to Smokey a little bit. So you won't hear from me for a short amount of time.
All right, cool.
All right, everybody, we've got Smokey Woods here in the booth with me. He decided that he wanted to give this a shot, so give it up for Smokey Woods as he joins me here. Smokey,
What's
what
up,
do you think of the fight so far tonight that we've seen?
So far, I really liked the way Austin came out and showed us how he beefed up and changed the way he fights. Came out with a good decision win on that one. The Marcus Shakur fight and Logan Wetzel was probably my favorite fight of the night so far. It went the distance, even though it didn't look like it, even coming out of round 1. So that was awesome.
Yeah, this fight between Bobby Black and Walker Holman, it's classic Bobby Black coming in as the aggressor. What's your thoughts so far on this bout in particular?
Well, as soon as we got into the fight, I think it was maybe 30 seconds in, Bobby Black already scored a knockdown, which was super impressive to me. Super fast and aggressive right out the gate. And I just like to watch the way he fights, so I can't wait to see the way these next rounds shape out.
Yeah, again, these are long fights. I believe every card, not every card, every fight in the undercard is at least 8 rounds. It could go to 8 rounds, it could end earlier. So, again, this is a long night. So, thank you again, Smokey, for jumping in and being a partner with me here in the booth. It's always nice to get other voices out here and, hear their opinions on how these fights are shaping out. So,
Yeah, of course, man. I was glad I could help. And what's up, everybody in the chat? I just saw everybody saying stuff, so my bad. But we start out this round. They're both pretty aggressive already.
Bobby Black coming out there in Bobby Black fashion, looking for a knockout all the time. If you remember, like the first couple of rounds, Bobby Black was a little bit more conservative and a little bit more calculated with his punches. But at the end of the day, Bobby Black is looking like he's looking to try to end it and try to end it early in Bobby Black fashion. Speaking of that, down goes Walker Holman.
I do got to say, though, even though Holman's having kind of a rough night and playing a little more conservative, he is pretty good on his counter punches.
Yeah, I think as Walker Holman gets in the gym, he shapes up, he works on his fighting a little bit. He may be, a counter fighter to look out for at the end of the day.
Yeah, if he gets to work a little more, he could definitely be a threat. Right off the get up, Bobby Black's right back to being the aggressor.
Walker Holman coming in there, trading some blows, looking like he's still trying to stay in the fight. He's not quite done with the fight for the night. And, this is shaping up to be a really good, really entertaining bout between Bobby Black and Walker Holman.
Bobby hits a nice three-piece combination, but gets hit right back with a nice left hook by Holman.
Bobby looking like he's starting to, work both the body and the head with a nice little, body head combination. It looks like we're going to see from Bobby here, and he's been using that a little bit here throughout the fight. Interesting choice. I don't recall Bobby Black going to the body that often. I believed he, is more calculated with his blows to the head, for the most part.
Yeah, he was definitely more of a headhunter before now, but I do want to note Holman got rocked at the end of that round. He might have been saved by the bell.
Yeah, sometimes at the end of the round, those bells can be quite the thing. You get to take the time, sit down, and rest. It looks like Bobby Black's corner is pretty happy with his performance so far. I think if Bobby Black secures a win, with this, he may get a number one contender shot here on the next card. We'll have to see how this turns out.
I definitely think he deserves it, but I am excited to see how Holman changes up his style coming out into this round after having a rough past 2 or 3 rounds.
Holman, just putting up his guard, continuing with that counter punch style that he's been doing fairly well with.
As nice as he is, it would also be nice to see him throw some jabs and straights in there so he can keep his distance, because he is the longer fighter in this fight.
Yeah, if he could keep Bobby Black at a distance with some jabs and straights, Walker Holman could really be something to mess with for all fighters, to be honest. When you have a reach advantage, it is huge. And, that's why they say in boxing, the jab is the most important tool in your punch set.
Especially going up against a fighter like Bobby Black, who specializes in hooks and uppercuts. And there we see Bobby with a strong left hook. Oh, dazes Holman.
I think Bobby needs to come in there and really start working that body a little bit more to be able to knock Holman down. I think
Yeah, if he could land another combo or two after he gets the stun off.
if I remember correct, the last fight, it doesn't look like Holman has much of a defense in regards to his core being his body, but down goes Holman. Will he get up?
And I do got to say, even if he doesn't have much endurance in his body, he's got to learn how to block his body a bit more. He keeps his guard really high. Appreciate it, Perez. I'm trying. Now I'm excited to see if Holman can come out of this next round and show a little more offense like he was that last one before the knockdown.
Yeah,
If he could,
it'd be interesting to see if Holman can come in and jump on the offensive a little bit more. I think if he jumped on the offensive again, like we've been saying, and really try to keep Bobby Black at bay, he would not be hurting as much as he does. Maybe that's something that Holman needs to do and look into when he gets done with this fight, is going home, going to the gym, and really trying to figure out how he can build his tool set a little bit better to better fit his build.
I definitely have to agree with that, because if he didn't come out so conservative and let Bobby get so close, he could definitely work a little more off of that. Like right there, Bobby, as soon as the bell rung, started off with a two-piece body straight to the head.
Very interesting to note too that almost with every punch that Bobby throws, it seems like Holman flinches a little bit and drops his guard, which could be fairly detrimental to his success in the league.
Yeah, it's like he can't choose whether he wants to block his body or the head at the right time. He's a little too indecisive. But I do got to say, one good fight camp with the right sparring partners could change that a lot. So if he comes out of this next training camp, he could look a lot better.
Yes, sir, and we're definitely looking forward to the development of all of these boxers. We've got quite a few coming in, and we're starting to look at getting another division going here in the IBSF, which I'm really excited about. And we finally got another female fighter to sign up, which I'm super excited for. My wife is excited to hear that she's got another opponent after the departure of Mia Morgan after their first battle.
Yeah, that is very exciting for the women's division, given how that first fight turned out. And on the other division being added, me personally, I voted for the featherweight.
I personally, I'm a Canelo Alvarez fan, so I love the cruiserweight division. You got your heavy hitters, but they're a little bit more speedy in comparison to your heavyweight boxers.
I definitely agree with that too. I would love either of those divisions. But here we see Bobby Black doesing Holman again, working that body a little more than we've been seeing. Looks like he did it just to open up his face.
And
Let's see if he
saved
can
by the bell. It goes the distance, and it looks like Bobby Black comes away with a decision victory. So way to go, Bobby Black, on another victory. Way to go, Walker Holman, on lasting 8 rounds with a knockout artist like Bobby Black.
Yeah, I do got to say, I didn't think it would go to the decision, but I'm very impressed to see Holman come out of that still standing.
We are actually, I think, at the halfway mark now with the night. So it's been an astonishing night for our first pay-per-view card. Let me know, guys, how this is coming out. What would you like to see in the next pay-per-view card, and what we can do to improve on things. I'm always open. I'm always ears. It's a joy and honor to be here in the booth calling these fights for you and putting these cards together for you.
Yeah, and I got to say, being a first-time announcer, it is very exciting. And
again,
is this the last fight in the undercard for the night?
This is the last undercard fight for the night. We've got Bobby Bangers versus Valente Martinez. Two of our commentators going head to head, two on the content team, and it's going to be a fight. I mean, I cannot recall. I think Valente won his last match. I think it was by knockout. And Bobby Bangers, I'm drawing a blank in regards to how that fight ended.
I do gotta say, I do not remember very much of that last card either. But I am very excited to see how this pans out, being that Bobby Bangers had to take an early leave for the night.
And then Nico Dennis in chat, always hating on Clayton Cobb. I don't understand how you can hate on the greatest, two division fighter in the IBSF.
Well, from an outside perspective, it might have been because you two were the ones going at it the whole time.
At the end of the day, this is all fun. I'm glad personally that this will be my last fight in the IBSF, and I'll be able to retire my fighter and go on. It's awesome getting to see this league grow and be able to just sit back and enjoy and watch these fights as they unfold and be able to call them and be able to focus on, just running the league a little bit more and enjoying those aspects of things instead of being competitive on the boxing side.
Well, happy early retirement to your fighter, and I hope he gets his final dub before the end.
What is everybody's early predictions on this fight?
Me personally, I think it's going to go the distance. I hate to say it, but I think Valente wins it.
I'm going to pull for Bobby Bangers, Viva la Cuba, as he was saying earlier in the chat. I think it goes the distance. I think it's going to be a close fight. Both of these boxers are really good. They're really good. They're really, they can go the distance. It's just going to be who's able to connect the most, who's able to get the judges on their side at the end of the day.
I do got to say, out of most of the longer fighters in the IBSF, I think Bobby Bangers is probably one of the better ones at controlling reach and distance over the ring.
Yeah, he does show great, prowess, if you would, in knowing how to control the ring. But it looks like Valente is coming in here and just haymakers left and right towards the body, then to the face, dazing Bobby Bangers, and down Bobby Bangers goes.
Just walking him down, I might add, too. Not giving him any time to do any type of ring dancing or set up any type of space. But Bobby Bangers does get back up. Let's see how he comes out of it. Valente right back on the aggressive side of things, throwing a couple hooks. And Bobby Bangers throwing right back with good head movement.
Again, all right, Valente. Valente, thanks for tuning in. Later, when you're able to see this, I understand you have things going on. But we appreciate everything you do for the IBSF.
Definitely appreciate all the other announcers and everybody on the content team for everything for the IBSF. And that was a great first round, I might add. Yeah. Or is this second one?
That was the first round. We are going into the second. It was a great first round. It was full of energy, and I can't say that I couldn't be happier with the first round like this. It's showing to be very exciting. If it ends in a knockout, it could wind up being knockout of the night. So we'll see how it goes. What I love about the IBSF versus other leagues, and the way I designed it this way, is I wanted everybody in the league to be able to vote in regards to who they feel deserves, the end of night fight awards. And I feel like that's
I think
unique in being a league setting for a combat sport. So I'm very proud to say that we actually do that here in the IBSF.
I think that is probably one of my favorite tools that you guys have gave for progression, because it gives everybody the chance to say who they think should get it at the end of the night.
And speaking of progression, for those that don't know, if you go on to the server and look up hashtag free progression route, there are a couple different ways that you can go in there and earn some free upgrade points, or even earn your way to a free fighter consultant custom design, or even go pro. For those that haven't noticed, there's a new feature in chat in which, if you are active in chat, you will earn levels. Certain levels will get you certain things, but if you go in there, I'm not going to go on too long with it. It will break down that, and then there are other things. Another new free progression thing that we have, if you didn't do it, unfortunately it's too late for you this card, but next card, be sure you jump on and do the fight card pick'ems, where you guess the outcome of every match, and the person that has the closest matching card will win 10 points to put towards their fighter for an upgrade.
And here we see Bobby Black stunning Valente now after a flurry of hooks. Working both the body and the head, trying to open up Valente's guard so he can put him down so he can get his score back. And I gotta say, these have been a very aggressive first 2 rounds.
I am surprised that, at the end of the day, that Valente has not went down yet that round. He should have went down.
I think he got stunned a total of 4 times that round. It was kind of crazy. Dude's got an insane chin.
And, everybody thinks of the movie Rocky, right? And they think of one of the toughest SOBs when it comes down to it in the sport of boxing. And, at the end of the day, it was based on a real boxer. It wasn't based on Rocky Marciano, in contrary to belief. It was based on a guy that was known as the Butcher. I can't remember his name, but at the end of the day, this guy was known for taking a beating, and he actually fought Muhammad Ali. And if you go and look up the fight, that's where they get the inspiration for the first movie, where the Butcher takes on Muhammad Ali, and at the end of the night, the Butcher is beaten, bloodied, and battered, but he goes the distance. So this is an astonishing sport to see the amount of beating a boxer can take at the end of the day. So having a good chin goes a long way in the sport of boxing.
Nico saying, looks like Bobby's crying. I do got to add, he did not look very good in that corner. The swelling has taken over his eyes.
Bobby definitely starting to cover up his face here.
Yeah, I think his corner definitely told him he needs to start worrying about the swelling a little bit. It gets any worse, he might not be able to see the punches getting thrown at him.
Something we haven't seen yet in the IBSF is referee stoppage.
Yeah, we haven't even seen one stoppage for a cut either yet. And here we see Valente working the combos, body and the head, and then hit him with a massive right hook to stun him. And then he puts him down. Second knockdown for the night for him.
And, this is not how I was expecting this fight to go. I wasn't expecting Bobby Bangers to be the one getting knocked down. To be honest, I was expecting Valente to be the one, visiting the mat a couple times.
No, like I said at the beginning, I did think Valente was going to win this, but I did not think it would. Oh my gosh.
And a flash knockdown by Valente. And I apologize. I'm just now realizing that I have some, more notifications that pop up. I got to work on trying to figure out how to do away with that on Steam.
Now, I do got to say, I did not think that fight was going to be so quick and aggressive. That was
Valente
totally one-sided on Valente's half.
Valente Martinez comes away with an amazing knockout victory. I
I
mean,
definitely think he's shooting for knockout of the night with that performance.
I thought we were in round 2. This fight was that entertaining. I thought it was round 3, but it only went 2 rounds.
Yeah, that was such an entertaining fight. So aggressive from both sides.
Potential fight of the night and potential knockout of the night on our hands already.
And now that was the start of our the end of our undercard, and this is the start of our main card now.
And it looks like we have CD Pops is going to take on Drake Bobineau, and this is for the welterweight championship in the Golden Gloves division.
Now, I think this is the fight I want to hear your opinion on the most, Clayton. Who do you think's going to win?
I mean, both of these fighters have been coming in. They've worked their butts off in regards to coming in, showing up. You see, they get in the gym quite a bit, and they're working on honing their craft. Both of these boxers, I could see going pro very soon. This is probably going to be one of the most entertaining fights of the night. It could go the distance. I mean, you've got the Draw King and CD Pops, who secured his first victory, on the last card via knockout. And then you've got Bobineau, who secured his first victory on the last card as well. But I believe that one went to decision. So this is going to be a very entertaining fight. Both fighters dedicated, passionate, ready to try to take their game to the next level. And, my vote, honestly, I think, and this may shock the world, but I can't remember how I voted on the content team, but I've got CD Pops walking out with a late round knockout.
All right. I wasn't able to witness the last card very much, so I'm glad to hear that they both were able to get their first victories to end both of their draw streaks. But now it's time to see which one of them is going to come out with their second win and which one's going to get their first loss. And I think I'm going to have to agree with you that it's going to be CD Pops coming out with the victory.
I mean, we saw a different CD Pops last time, on the last card. He was very much a counter fighter on the last cards before the last card, and he came in and he was the aggressor. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, it looks like again he's being the aggressor, but Drake is also coming in there and he's looking like it's going to be an all-out war at the end of the day.
I do got to say, I hope he can find a good middle ground between the counter and aggressiveness, because his counter punches were working very well for him, but they were never the best thing for him because he couldn't secure a win off only counters. So I definitely think the aggressiveness he was showing last week will help him in this match. Bobineau trying to find some space to get away from that combo, but CD Pops with a massive left hook that stuns him. Nice combo body by CD.
Bangers, if you get a chance, can you let me know who I voted for on this and what I voted on the outcome? I don't know if I voted for the outcome on this one, but who did I vote?
I do like to see the head movement that CD's been showing early on too, not keeping his head in one place, making sure it's harder to hit him. But Bobineau making a good adjustment and starting to go for the body as he sees it more.
I mean, personally here, I'm a fan of CD Pops. He's a fellow Iowan like me. He's rocking that Hawkeye black and gold, or black and yellow, if you would.
I do love the colorway on his shorts.
At the end of the day, I'm a Hawkeye through and through. I love my Iowa boys, and I gotta stick with my fellow Iowa brethren here in this fight. So
I picked CD Pops in the beginning, but if we're talking about football teams, I'd have to go with Babanu because he's rocking the OSU colorway on his shorts. Now, CD Pop's corner looks pretty happy with him, but Babanu looks like he's getting an earful right now. Might need to change things up offensively and defensively a bit.
Bobino, the president of the ISFL, for those that don't know, if you haven't checked out the ISFL, I highly recommend getting in contact with Bobino about getting involved with there. Another great, combat sport league. There's not many combat sport leagues out there in the sim league world, so props to Bobino on that, and again, props to Bobino on deciding to stay having that stream open to help us with the algorithm.
I gotta say, I'm fairly new to the Sim League world, and I'm loving it here. So, looks like Babanu came out with a bit more aggression than he has the past round or two. I like to see that.
I'll say Bobino has probably one of the cleanest looks in the IBSF next to Sugar Ray Diamond.
I don't think I've seen Sugar Ray fight yet.
Both Bobino and Sugar Ray Diamond look icy, and they love to rock that white. So I mean, I love it. I just love it.
I do think it is a very clean and smooth colorway he rocks. But we see CD getting aggressive right back to Bobino with a nice body combo.
I think we may see the birth of a future, of a rivalry here. These are both fighters that are, they're good. They're trading blows left and right, and they're both showing, signs of aggression on both ends. I mean, it's honestly kind of hard to tell, but again, I'm gonna stick with CD Pops on this one.
Pops with a nice counter to open, or a nice counter to the body to open up the guard to the head, and then stunning him with a nice left hook to the jaw. But Babanu getting aggressive right back to try to get some distance between him and Pops. Ooh, Babanu with some good movement to get an angle off of Pops and get to the body, but he gets stunned right after.
I think we have one of our league's newcomers, LeBron James, in there. I'm trying to remember what his boxer is, but welcome to the stream, LeBron.
Welcome, LeBron. Good to see you. Always nice to see people coming into the stream and watching and supporting. And I think we see our first, or wait, no, that's crazy. I can't believe I almost said that. It's like I just forgot about the Logan Wetzel fight. But our second cut of the night is on CD Pops, which is pretty crazy since he's the one that's been taking these rounds so far, in my opinion.
Not everybody has as tough of a face. Some people cut easier. So
yeah, definitely, especially if they have a thinner fat or thinner face. Jeez, I can't talk. My bad, guys.
I think at the end of the day, though, that's why what separates a good boxer from a bad boxer is a good boxer knows their genetic makeup and knows how to defend themselves from cuts and bruises fairly well. And to see that Pops is only getting a cut this late and this many fights later is showing to me that he is a smart boxer with a high IQ.
I also would like to see how he starts to defend it, and or if he leaves it open at all anymore now that it's later in the fight and he's tired, or if he takes precedent to keep that covered up. Because some fighters late into the fights they start lacking on their defense and get caught because of things like that. So I'd like to see how this pans out. And Babanu with a flurry of hooks to the face, but CD with a counter right back.
I hate doing this to you, Smokey, but just in all fairness, if I can get somebody else to come in here and possibly jump in the booth for a little bit while so Smokey can enjoy his his fight, not a fart, his fight from a viewer's perspective versus commentating, that would be great.
That would be nice. I'd hate to commentate against my own fighter. And we see Bobino going down for, is it the second time this fight or the third?
It is the second time that Bobino has gone down.
And CD going right back to being aggressive with a big combo to the body.
Bobby Bangers pointing out that the locker room smells of fart and is putting the blame on Smokey, I think.
I do got to say, it's not farts, Perez. It is not farts. And man, CD Pop's looking a little worse for wear after that round. Blood covering him. But he did score a second knockdown on Bobino, and he's definitely up on the card. So let's see if he can keep that defense up so he doesn't get a ref stoppage.
Yeah, after this fight, Smokey, I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of the night. So again, Smokey, thank you for jumping in, kind of last minute and giving it a try. If it's something that you want to try again and be a part of more regularly, feel free to get a hold of Bobby Bangers there, and we'll try to get you on a schedule.
Yeah, no problem. I'll get a hold of you whenever I can help out.
Again, we're going into another round here. Both boxers do not seem tired. They're ready to take on the world.
Yeah, they're definitely full of energy tonight. I think this is definitely going to be a rivalry to come in the future. Appreciate it, CD. And here we see them both trading hooks in the pocket. But Pop's trying to get a bit of distance and control some range now. Ooh, nice counter uppercut by Bobino.
Ooh, heavy hands there from CD Pops.
Very heavy hands.
I think we'll see another knockdown here. I think Bobino is going to hit the mat again. I hate saying it, but I feel like Pops is just, he's throwing some pretty heavy hits there.
He's so aggressive, and he is very accurate when he throws his punches. He doesn't like to... Oh, makes him take a knee. But Pops is very accurate with his punches. He does not like to throw if it's not going to land.
Bobino up and not ready to call it quits. Makes me wonder if he took the knee just to get a breath or, took the knee because he was hurting.
I definitely think it was to buy himself some time and to get out of a sticky situation he didn't think he could make it out of. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate all the support, guys. Oh, CD with a nice combo to the body and then a hook to the face.
Looks like we're going to see another round. It looks like Pops is still fairly confident that he has this match. At the end of the day, both of these fighters are doing a great job. This match is shaping out to be, kind of exactly what I thought it would be. I knew Pops would come in and probably be, the dominant one at the end of the night. Hopefully I'll see that knockout that I'm looking for. But I knew this was going to be a fight that would last quite a while.
Yeah, this is an amazing fight so far. But if we're being honest, I don't think Bobineau is going to be able to make it through another round of offense like that if Pops keeps on it.
Actually, guys, if someone wouldn't mind coming in and subbing me out, I would be appreciative. That way I could go and grab some food. I would very much appreciate it. And then I'll just have Smokey stay in here if that's cool with you.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter to me, man. You've been doing it since the first fight. Go ahead, take your little break.
So just somebody, maybe tap in, tag in. Let me know that you're interested in. I'll get you, end this here shortly.
Oh, we see a big right hook that puts Bobineau down flush. I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to be able to get up from this one, guys. Oh, but he does. Bobineau back up on his feet, showing that he's not going to take this loss easily.
All right, Smokey. I'm just going to mute the desktop audio and end this call, and then I'll get you. And it looks like we're going to see Bobby Bangers back in the booth with
All right.
you here shortly.
Awesome to hear. Your fight, Bobby?
I was able to catch that. That was a fight of all time, to say the least. I was not expecting Valente to come up with a. All right,
All right.
ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Bangers is back from the DiGiorno hell, or should I say,
Oh, hell.
not so much hell. That pizza was really good.
I bet it was, man. And I gotta say, Perez said, reminding him of Monkey D. Luffy with the persistence. Babanu is definitely not going down without a fight. He has been down 4 or 5 times this fight, and it just won't take the loss.
That is definitely something that I think that Bobineau is going to be really known for here in the coming fight nights because he is just going at it. I mean, I remember I drew him a couple fight nights ago, and he's only been getting better.
I do gotta say, this is gonna be a rivalry in the making in the future. But we see Babano with some good offense, getting a counter on Pops finally. Might be able to slow it down just enough to make it go to decision.
I will say it would be epic if Bobineau could get a knockout somehow at the last second. But I
Dude,
will have to say, uh, Mr. Nico Bills, I did not, in fact, save you a slice. There were only 6 slices, and it was split between two hungry teenagers in this household. So I don't know. I hope you weren't holding your breath, to say the least.
shoot, I don't think 6 slices could last me.
There are definitely some of the heavyweights in this league that would need 12.
Now we
As we
see
get
CD coming back in with a flurry of a combo, but Babanu hitting him right back with an uppercut.
CD has been dealing with that cut all game, and it just keeps coming back, and it's really impressive to see Babinau keep fighting and kind of able to remember that there definitely is weakness as we get to the end of the round,
I
and
do.
it is still anyone's fight.
CD has some amazing defense to keep that cut covered so long this fight. I think it's been cut for 3 to 4 rounds now, and it has not progressed in damage at all. And
It
here
is.
we see Bobinu's face just swelled up.
I'll tell you what, I can relate to that. Bangers was struggling to see in his fight, but
Yeah, I
we'll
hate to
see.
say it, but he definitely had the swelling overtaking him too. I think he couldn't see that last round very well.
As we get the message from Clayton that he is a fried rice eating machine. Um, yeah, your food options are really running out, Nico. First the pizza's gone, now Clayton's eating all the fried rice. I hope you weren't relying on us for dinner. We're getting back into the fight now as CD and Babinau both looking somewhat tired in different ways, however, as Pops goes in with a flurry. Babinau able to hold his own. They are both darting around the ring like it's a match of tag. And we'll
Yeah, it
see how
kind
this
of seems
fight plays
like
out.
they're going in and out of each other's reach to see who will swing first because they're so tired they don't want to be the one to make a mistake.
It'll be interesting to see how this goes as Babinau was able to almost get behind Pops, but Pops is just retaliating with some hooks to the side.
That is one thing I want to note. Bobino is very good with his head movement and getting off the line and taking an angle, but here we see him get stunned trying to do that exact same thing and gets put to the canvas once again.
Babino has just been getting knocked down so many times. Is this the last one, or will he get up again? As we're at eight,
Bobino
and he
is relentless. I think that was his sixth time being knocked down, and he got right back up. This could definitely be a contender for fight of the night.
This is a spectacular performance from Babino, just not staying down.
And
As CD
Steve's just doing everything possible to put him down, but just can't keep him down.
and he takes a shot from Babino. If I'm Pops right now, I gotta be thinking, what is this dude made of?
Shoot, I think it might. Oh, and he puts him down again. But will Babino be able to get up this time? I really don't think he can, but will he?
Is
He
it
is.
lucky number 7 for Pops and Babino?
He proved me
Lift
wrong for the
it up
sixth
at
time in a row.
9!
Oh my gosh, Babino with the toughest chin imaginable
Babino
and
just keeps
saved
getting
by the
up as we
bell.
get ready for the next round.
Oh, this so far, this has my vote for fight of the night easily.
I
Sorry,
feel
Mark
like
Hogan, but Bobineau's chin and CD Pop's relentlessness is just insane.
I just feel like despite the fact that it feels like Pops has been in control the whole time, Babino just seems to be eating it up. So this will be very interesting.
I do want to say if Bobineau could get one clean flush counter that could change the flow of the fight, that would be amazing to see. Like a last round knockout comeback, something. Because while it is amazing to see him get up 7 or 8 times, I would love to see him be able to do something with being able to get up that many times.
Yeah, and as we get into another round of what might be Babineau Standing Up Simulator, I would like to remind people that the Bobcast is tomorrow at noon Central Time and 1 Eastern Time. It'll just be me and Horns on this show talking about this super fight and all the electric fights that we're having, make
And we
sure you.
definitely had a fight card full of electric fights tonight.
It has been amazing fight after amazing fight, and it'll be very interesting to see what we have to come up with to kill an hour.
Ooh, and we see
And
them start trading body shots as soon as they get into range.
Babineau is doing everything he can to stay in this, just trying to deal as much damage to CD as possible. But CD, we have to commend for not going down in the first place.
I do love to say, though, as many times as Bobineau has been down and how much he's gotten hurt, I love to see him still trying to be aggressive instead of cowering in the corner. That's amazing to see in a fighter.
This fight has definitely been in the center of the mat, and it is just amazing to see how just inspired Babineau's been, as well as Steedy to keep going, and Babineau goes down for the 8th time.
Will this finally be the one? Or will he prove me wrong for the 7th time? No, and
And
that is the fight.
that will do it after 8 knockdowns.
CD pops with the knockout in, I think it was round 8, but we'll see for sure in a second.
Might have been more knockdowns than rounds in that fight. I mean, CD Pops felt like he had to just lay a flurry into Babineau, as they will only give Babineau 1 round win.
Man, that fight was electric and only made it to this 8th round.
That is just a taste of what's to come, folks. We still got 3 more title fights coming up, as we will get Clayton coming in for Smokey here.
Yes,
So that
sir. I will
Smokey,
guys later.
enjoy
I
your
will
fight, Smokey.
I will hopefully be here in the future, but y'all have a good night.
I don't think I have a choice but to bring you back. It was a pleasure announcing with you.
Awesome, man. Great announcing with you too, Bobby. Y'all have a great one.
You too.
What a great fight. And thank you again for hopping back on here, Bobby. And great job calling by Smokey Woods. I hope he's able to enjoy this fight as he takes on Noah Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, Smokey, he obviously has a knowledge for the game that I do not sometimes, and it was amazing to see him just come in here and just genuinely sound like he was having fun, and you love to see that in an announcer.
Yes, it's definitely something to look for. And, you know, looking at how I set this up, I probably should have done a better job at planning on having several announcers ready throughout the night, being as big of a card as it is.
I will say, and I might be the only one who thinks this, but I actually kind of like this revolving door of announcers thing from a viewer's perspective. I think it's cool to see so many different opinions and viewpoints on the fight.
And Smokey is a legend, you know, if you would. He is the defending welterweight Golden Gloves champion tonight. And he's got to defend his title against Noah Johnson, who, you know, after this fight, win or lose, is going pro.
Yeah, Noah Johnson has already made it clear on his intentions. The question is, will Smokey let him go out a champion, or will he put a sour taste in Johnson's mouth as he makes his way up to pro?
I mean, for a person going pro, it would be pretty sad, saddening, if you would, to go out with a loss uh, in an amateur bout at that. Because, I mean, you've got to think, he thinks he's got the tool set to make it in the pros. So if he loses an amateur bout, how can an amateur survive in the pros?
It is definitely something to think about, although you also got to think some of these amateurs are insane, and just because they aren't pro yet just means that they don't have the experience to get their invite. So it'll be interesting to see how some of these younger guys especially develop. I know we had 4 new faces get added to the league today as we get this fight underway.
And I'm a little biased. I kind of like these kilt skirt style trunks. That Noah Johnson and a few of the other fighters have. I myself included. It's been really nice to have, you know, a wide array of shorts designs.
Yeah, I think that we might have to write an article on the shorts alone because there's so many cool designs, and like you said, these kilts, and what some of the shorts can mean to some of the boxers is also very cool. As we step into this fight, we see the boxer in the pink shorts dealing some blows.
These are some heavy blows left and right coming from both boxers. Both boxers, are looks like they're there to make a statement.
Yeah, as we see them trading jabs and just trying to wear down the other. I think they can obviously tell that this is going to go a while, but here we go
And
with the first takedown of the night.
Smokey, if you're interested in calling my fight, let me know. It would be my joy to step back and not have a biased outlook on my final fight as I go out, hopefully in a blaze.
As we see here, it looks like Woods is now on the defensive after going down.
Looks like Noah Johnson's got Smokey cornered here, which could be a problem. I mean, we've seen several boxers get trapped in a corner and have no way out, and it really ends up being a disadvantage.
That will be the end of our first round. Noah Johnson with the takedown on Smokey Woods, but Smokey able to get up quickly. We'll see how this match plays out, as it looks like it's going to be another electric one.
I mean, if I'm Smokey Johnson right now, I'm thinking to myself, or not Smokey Johnson, it's Smokey Woods. My bad. If I'm Smokey Woods right now, I'm thinking to myself, I have to show Noah Johnson that he has much more fierce competition in the pros, and that he's already facing the top in the Golden Gloves. So I mean, there's a lot Smokey's got going for him here, and trying to make sure that Noah Johnson knows exactly what he's going up against when he gets to the pros.
Yeah, I mean, the pros are an elite few right now, and I feel like Woods just has to make a statement that he should get added there as well, as Johnson unloads to Woods' midsection, but Woods not phased as he takes an uppercut, and now Johnson just keeps laying it on him.
And down goes Smokey Woods with a nasty body shot.
Woods just took a gut punch right there as we see him go all the way to 6 before he can get back up. That was some coincidental timing. But Woods, so far, looking like he's going to need to do some damage if he wants to stay in this fight. Woods now taking a couple shots from Johnson, tries firing back, misses. It's Johnson now.
It's very interesting seeing how this fight has already, shaped up from the first round to now. Both were like very aggressive that first round, but now they're fighting a little bit more conservative.
I think like they might just both be trying to understand that this could very well go for a long time, and that little bit of extra energy at the end could be the difference between knocking someone out and getting knocked out. Smokey now leaning away from Johnson, throwing a couple punches, but still trying his best to stay safe. As Johnson swings back, Smokey unleashes 3 shots that all miss. and it is a fight right now as both boxers seem to be dealing some crazy blows at the end of that round.
And I just want to give a quick shout out for those that have been here. I think the entire fight night for this super fight. I mean, CD Pops. Hasano had to leave earlier. Smokey's been in here. And Nico had to jump, hop away for a little bit. But for the most part, most of the people in chat have been here all night. So you guys are troopers. I know it's a lot of fights. It's a lot going on. But at the end of the day, I'm really ecstatic with the product we've been able to put out there tonight with these amazing cards and these great fights, and all of you fighters really help in regards to making this a fun job.
This really does seem like it's going to be a night filled with action as Woods and Johnson step back into the center of the mat. Woods backing up a little bit, trying not to let his guard down, and lands a nice hit on Johnson's head and just keeps up his assault.
Woods being really smart there with the jab and straight combos that he's throwing. Looks like he's just scoring, but I mean, at this point, looking at how Noah Johnson is fighting, he's probably leading the judges' scorecards, and he's got to quit, fighting to score and start fighting to knock out. As we saw, Smokey Woods just got knocked out in his first loss, losing the title to Noah Johnson, in which Noah Johnson won the title, is a Golden Gloves champion, but not for long, as now he has to relinquish that title as he goes pro. So congratulations to Noah Johnson on, a heck of a way going out.
Yeah, KO and 2 on a proven boxer is something that I definitely did not have on my card, and I think that Johnson will have a great time in the pros, looking like our very own champion right now, Clayton Cobb.
And now we move our way to the co-main event, which is Haas Carter versus Sugar Ray Diamond. This is going to be the second time that they meet up in the squared circle. It's going to be an entertaining one. The last one was entertaining. I'm sure this one's going to be entertaining. But this time, the welterweight Golden Gloves championship is on the line.
Yeah, this is going to be a battle between two very good fighters, and it'll be exciting to see who takes that belt. And before we get the match started, I just want to point out, Horns, I'm still waiting on you, buddy. You got to get in here for me with a match. Come on, man. But here we go. Haas Carter walking out of the tunnel. He has been electric so far. Just an all-around great boxer. And on the other side, Sugar Ray Diamond, another elite boxer who has just been letting out a flurry of punches every match we see him in.
Does anybody have the fight night results for that one that they're going to pop in to the Discord?
And that would have been Noah Johnson KO'd Smokey Woods in 2 rounds.
I'll get that in there.
Meanwhile, we are ready to get underway. Haas Carter, Sugar Ray Diamond, welterweight belt on the line. Here we go.
I hope Haas is in chat for his fight. And I also hope Sugar Ray Diamond is in chat for the fight as well. It's going to be a show.
And this should be an amazing fight as both fighters are trading a lot of blows very quickly here, as no fighter really seems to have jumped out to a lead. I mean, I thought Sugar Ray was gaining momentum for a second, but Haas snatched that right back right before the knockdown from Sugar Ray Diamond. Haas Carter hitting the mat early. He will get up though, and I'm sorry, Nico, but I don't. Are you trying to say second or third there? Second does not seem to be a viable number. As we continue on though, Sugar Ray releasing some blows, Haas fighting back, and Haas getting dazed with a crazy shot to his dome.
I mean, Sugar Ray coming out here showing, glimpses of their last, bout, showing that he's a fast fighter, fast on his feet, and really looking to, continue to solidify his presence here in the IBSF.
Haas just taking blow after blow, not making too much of an effort to defend from the looks of things, as Sugar Ray will keep laying on the mustard.
And that is the round.
I gotta say, that round was really even from the start, but ever since Haas touched the mat, it's been all Sugar Ray Diamond.
Smokey, if you would go ahead and hop back in the call, just be sure to mute yourself, and then I'll let you know when to jump back on to call my fight.
Haas Carter looking pretty dejected over in his corner. Meanwhile, Sugar Ray seems to be fairly confident as we get these two fighters back in the ring here in a couple seconds. This should be entertaining to see how Carter is able to retaliate, because Haas Carter, Sugar Ray Diamond, it could go either way. Sugar Ray winning the last matchup.
Haas the Boss Carter, as I call him. I mean, the way he carries himself in the ring half the time, he looks like a boss. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like this is probably a fight that we may see for, cards to come. Hopefully, the division grows and we start to see more pro fighters. But at the end of the day, these guys continue to put on a show, giving us fireworks.
Yeah, Haas Carter laying some shots into Sugar Ray, trying to get some of that momentum back, and leaves a huge mark on the side of his head. Another one. I'm surprised Sugar Ray is standing after that. Those were two crazy left hooks. And now Sugar Ray will be in a corner, but will hit Haas a little bit. Sugar Ray now dancing to the center of the ring. And Haas just playing safe, not taking too many hits. But he has done some damage so far this round. If he can keep that up, he might have this round in the bag, putting him in a good position to take the lead in round 3. As he leaves another mark on Sugar Ray's face. It's Sugar Ray getting in some good body shots, though. And both fighters are just trading blows left and right. Sugar Ray doing everything he can to stay up, as Carter's been crazy, and Carter will get dazed there, pushing Sugar Ray away.
I'm pretty sure Haas is trying to prevent, the same thing from happening the last time they met up, which I believe what resulted in a knockout.
Haas dealing some damage right now as we look to see how this match continues to play out, and that will be the end of the round. I thought Sugar Ray might have been going down there at the very end, but Bell may have saved him. Haas looking a lot more confident in his corner now. Sugar Ray definitely feeling the effects of that last round. Both fighters seem to have their confidence back, which could make this third round very explosive if both of them feel confident stepping in there. I know that Sugar Ray definitely did not have the round he wanted there. Haas still wanted more.
Yeah, Haas doesn't look like he's as disappointed in that round as he did in rounds past. Coming in there pretty, the way he is, he's coming in pretty confident. Both of these fighters at the end of the day are really confident in with what they're working with, and they know that they've got the tool sets to knock each other out. But I think at the end of the day, it's just a matter of who's able to land the hits at the right time. And I think what we're gonna need to see in order to really see a victory, and an upset, if you would, for Haas to upset Sugar Ray, is he would almost need to start turning on more of a switch to be a counter fighter.
Yeah, as Carter goes down here, we'll see if he can get back up. He does after only 6 from the referee, as Haas Carter now needs a comeback against Sugar Ray Diamond. Getting knocked down a second time, already seems to be stumbling backwards a little bit. And Carter now laying some blows into Sugar Ray, getting a couple dodges in. The Sugar Ray seems to be biding his time, waiting for the moment to strike, and he does strike, putting some huge hits into Haas's head and torso. And Haas just seems to be taking everything right now. And Sugar Ray is in control of this round. And another days on Haas. He has been taking everything.
He seems to be doing everything he can to block these, to keep them from hurting as much as he can. But Sugar Ray Diamond's power behind these hits just vibrates through and still causes pain.
Haas stumbling around as we get to the end of the round, and you gotta think that Sugar Ray Diamond is up 2-1 right now.
It's not unheard of, though, Haas Carter, coming out in the later rounds, in his victories that he has had, those wins that he's had have come in the later rounds. He doesn't, he's not quite the fighter to be, all out within the first couple rounds, but then as the rounds get further along, he typically has the energy.
Yeah, Haas Carter definitely wanted more out of that round, as you can tell from some of the body language we see in his corner, whereas Sugar Ray just already seems like he's in the ring, focused on the next series of punches that he's ready to throw. Here we go, round 4 of Carter versus Diamond. Haas trying to throw some punches, not succeeding, and Diamond is just hitting him right now. Haas gets in a nice jab on the head and is doing his best to try and take control, and he has been getting some good punches this round, and it appears to be continuing. Sugar Ray not able to replicate the defense he had in rounds past, and Haas trying to back him into a corner. Sugar Ray will get out, but Haas just relentlessly firing, doing a good job of not taking unnecessary hits. And Sugar Ray will get dazed for the first time this match as Haas tries and wants to come back. Sugar Ray leaning against the ropes.
At this point,
Carter.
I'm going to tag back in Smokey Woods to come into the commentator booth and take over for me. I'll still be here if you need me, but we're going to close out the night with Bobby Bangers and Smokey Woods in the booth.
All
Sounds
right,
good.
fellas. Smokey Woods is back in the booth. What's up, y'all?
My goat is back.
Man, I gotta say, wasn't a good fight for me. It kind of got my butt handed to me, but I'm gonna get in the gym and I'm gonna look like a totally different person next week.
That makes two of us as Carter takes some more hits. Sugar Ray really able to reel it back in after that shaky start to the round. And Carter just with a nice gut punch catches Sugar Ray lacking as Diamond tries to keep the counter up. Both fighters seem to really be trying to punish the other right now, but the question is who will be more punishing as this fight goes on.
I do gotta say, I like to see the speed and movement of Sugar Ray Diamond. He likes to stay light on his feet and he throws really fast punches. But I wish he would close in after he gets a stun a little more. He kept too much distance there. He could have ended him before that round even ended.
That round could have gone either way. For the sake of the narrative, I'm going to assume it went to Carter, putting them at two apiece.
Yeah,
From
because Haas definitely started off the more aggressive and landing more shots that at the beginning of that round, but Sugar Ray just came back at the end and started landing some punches.
both of these fighters seem like they're going to just take this as far as they physically can, and we'll see how that plays out for them.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what kind of changes they make coming into this round to see whether Haas or Sugar Ray come out of the corner with any type of different style or somebody being the more aggressive person as a change to whoever was in the last round.
And I just got to say, thank you for the compliment, Mr. Clayton, Commissioner Cobb.
Yes, I appreciate that very much. But give me 1 second, guys. I gotta grab a drink real quick.
Of course, this can dry out your throat very quickly. Meanwhile, Haas coming out of the corner with that fire that we saw last round. The question is, how will Sugar Ray respond? Dodging some punches. Haas now trying to land a headshot, does not, but he will get a couple jabs in on the side. And Sugar Ray landing some hits now, but Haas has been in control so far, trying to sway the fight that
Okay, I'm back.
feels like the fight's been in Sugar Ray's favor, but it definitely could go either
Ooh,
way.
a quick three-piece combo. Straight hook that put Haas down flush.
Will this be the end of it for Haas? He's been in that kneeling position for a while and will get up on 8.
I love seeing the people with determination to get up over and over again and keep fighting. Good job by Haas to get back up. But
And Carter
Sugar
refusing to go
Ray,
down, and Sugar Ray landing a blow to his head.
Sugar Ray's got a powerful left hook. I will say that. Oh, and a nice combo to the body.
Haas now retaliating. Sugar Ray with some good blocks, and the uppercut
Ooh.
that drops Carter.
I hate to say it, but I don't think Haas is getting back up after that one.
It may be a business decision for him to stay down after that as he gets up
That
on 9.
we have had a great number of fights with people that just won't stay down tonight, not including myself.
Once again, that makes two of us as double I got double knocked down by Valente earlier, and that was rough. But Haas Carter not going down, trying his hardest to stay in this fight, but it just feels like Sugar Ray has had the edge even when he's been backed in a corner a little bit.
Yeah, Haas's quarter does not seem very happy with him at all. they're giving him a earful. But I would love to see if he can come out and make a big change this next round.
If Carter can really limit the damage he takes, I think he could do a multitude of stuff to Sugar Ray that he would not want done to him. That sounds extremely weird, and I would not like that taken out of context, chat.
I think if Haas could use that straight a bit more and keep his distance, he could do a little more. But he keeps closing in so tight with Sugar Ray, and Sugar Ray's just such a fast fighter. He's not able to keep up with his hooks.
Both fighters now circling around as Haas tries to get a hook in on the side, and Sugar Ray makes him pay with a series of headshots that will drop Carter.
Can Haas get back up from this one, though? He did just come off of a break off the round switch, but no, he cannot.
Not get back
Sugar
up.
the knockout.
Haas made him work for it, but Sugar Ray Diamond did take the knockout
I
in
gotta say,
what was an electric fight.
though, so many big shots from both of those guys.
Fight of the
Man,
night is a bold claim. Personally, I think Babinow still takes that cake, but
yeah, I think so, but this is definitely a good contender. But I'm gonna be honest, only being to the fifth round is kind of crazy. I thought we were in 7, but yeah,
yeah,
that was 5 rounds, Haas.
I could have sworn that was at least 6, but no, that was a 5-round knockout for Sugar Ray Diamond, defeating
Wait, is it
Haas
6?
Carter.
Okay, I think it was 6.
Was it 6? It felt like 6, that's for sure.
Yep, 6 rounds. Okay.
And
Sorry about that.
after that amazing match, we head into our main event. Marcus Kevlio going up
Clayton
against Clayton Cobb, and
final fight of his career before retiring.
there is history between these two. At the last fight night, Kevlio went down to Cobb quickly, and we have since seen Kevlio in a series of training montages, obviously with the new tattoos, while meanwhile Clayton Cobb has just been terrorizing opponents his entire career.
Now, I would love to see personally Clayton Cobb just getting an absolute devastating knockout for his final fight before retirement. But that could just be a little biased because it's his retirement fight.
As much as I would love to see Clayton finish his career at what I can only imagine was 4-0, it would be amazing to see Kevlio with the redemption game as our very own Commissioner Clayton calls himself a Gramps. I think the CFSL chat would like to say that that title belongs to Nico, but
You know, if Clayton Cobb is a grandpa, I'd hate to say what my grandpa is in the way he moves because he is not as fast as Clayton Cobb is out in that ring.
Clayton Cobb definitely looking like one of the best fighters we've seen. And a question that I have been wondering, are those tattoos or is that some type of shirt that Clayton is wearing right now?
I think those are tattoos, but I'm not exactly sure.
Those are some gnarly tattoos if they are.
Gotta say, probably my favorite looking guy in the league.
And it is a full body tattoo confirmed by Cobb himself.
Oh, and we
I mean,
start out the first round super aggressive. Both guys trading big hooks.
Kevlio definitely has the size advantage. Almost looks like a
Ooh, but he gets
giant, but Cobb
rocked.
is just eating into him, and Kevlio already goes down.
Man, that was a quick knockdown. I don't even think we were half a minute into this fight yet.
Kevlio will get up quickly, though. And Haas is the confirmed tattoo artist.
Now, will we see Kevlio try to keep his range a bit more now that he got knocked down?
Kevlio finally retaliating, and Haas will be taking some hits.
I gotta say, Kevlio is looking quick with his punches, but he just can't keep his defense up. Oh, but he hits Clayton with a big left hook and stuns him. Has him in the corner now.
And Kevlio dazing Cobb and
Oh,
hitting
and
him a lot,
Clayton
trading
is
haymakers now.
right back though. This is a amazing fight so far already. Just straight back and forth haymakers.
Both fighters dealing tremendous amounts of damage with these blows.
And I gotta say, that was some amazing head movement by Clayton Cobb. Because if he would have got rocked by that uppercut, I don't know what would have happened.
As this is being dubbed the new Balboa versus Apollo Creed in the chat. And that'll be the end of the first round. Gotta
This is
say that
already an electric fight.
this fight is already spectacular. That felt longer than a round to me. I'm
Man,
curious if the fighters feel the same.
if this is able to go longer than 2 more rounds, I think we have fight of the night on our hands.
Potentially,
Because this has just been back and forth. One person dazes the other, and the other person dazes the other.
the only thing really separating the two right now is Cobb did have that knockdown early in the match, but it appears to not be affecting Kevlio almost at all.
But it does seem like Kevlio, as soon as he dazes Clayton, he has a lot of trouble connecting on any punches. So I would love to note that Clayton Cobb's defense is looking spectacular right now. But
Both
Kevlio's hand
fighters,
speed is amazing.
both fighters getting back into it. And Clayton will take a shot to the stomach to start it, but is flurrying Kevlio. As we'll see how this continues.
Kevlio has some big hooks, but gets rocked by a nice right hook to the jaw by Clayton. And then he puts him over the ropes. A
Kevlio
second
finding
down
himself
for
on the
Kevlio.
mat again.
But he gets back up quickly again. He is very fast off his feet.
He does not like staying down. And
And
Cobb,
he with a big left hook.
Kevlio appears
I
to
do.
keep getting that second wind from getting knocked down. Just the pure adrenaline getting him back in this fight as he takes a lot of hits from Cobb.
Yeah, I was about to note the same thing. Kevlio does not like to be conservative after getting knocked down. He likes to put the pressure on the other person and not let them have any time to breathe.
Kevlio continuing the fight as both fighters just seem to be going nuts.
I gotta say that was some good head movement by Kevlio to get out of that combo by Clayton.
A different type of head movement there as he takes a hit from Clayton. And Kevlio and Cobb both just going at it now.
Yeah, they're just trading blows left and right. It's hard to really say who gets the upper hand unless we talk about the knockdowns.
Truly, the only thing separating the two fighters is the two knockdowns Cobb has, which again, Kevlio got up very quickly from those.
If it just feels like Kevlio needs to go a little bit more on the defensive when he gets stunned. He likes to stay throwing punches, and I think that's what's costing him these knockdowns. And we have Clayton dubbing himself Dr. Frankenstein. I think that is going to be the new nickname for our commissioner for the league.
Kevlio truly has turned it around after that fight against Cobb he had back in Fight Night 3. As we'll see how this continues, as both fighters just will not give up.
If Kevlio can get a knockdown and switch the way momentum's going, he could pull it back around. It's still early in this fight. But Clayton with a massive combo, body, head, body.
Clayton just laying into Kevlio. Kevlio doing everything he can to try and get the judges back on his side of the ring. Having being knocked down twice, it'd be hard for him to win it a decision so far as he takes a blow from Clayton.
Clayton has some massive hooks to the body that he just chains with his combos.
Kevlio now backing up, not letting Cobb get too close as he tries to lay into him. Cobb making the most of him letting his defenses down as he stumbles very far.
And I like to see Cobb work the body when he knows that nothing's open up at the head. But Cobb getting hit with a combo of Kevlio hitting a combo of his own on the Cobb.
Kevlio now
straight.
These fighters are just laying into each other. Banger after banger. Pop after pop.
Oh, and a huge right hook by Clayton that stuns Kevlio. And he has him in the corner now with a combo.
And Kevlio goes down for the third time.
And if he gets up, he'll be saved by the bell.
He's been quick to get up so far. Spent a little longer on the ground there, maybe trying to get just the extra 5-6 seconds of rest.
Well, we better hope so, or else it's not going very much farther because Clayton does not like to give any room for breathing.
Kevlio has just seemed like he's on the back rope this entire fight. He really needs to, hopefully, pull something together.
I gotta say, his ring control so far this fight has been amazing. He doesn't let Kevlio go anywhere. And Kevlio's corner man is not happy at all.
With the third knockdown coming, I wouldn't be either.
Can we see him make a change, though? It's still early in this fight. If he can be more defensive but keep his range while scoring points, he can get back into the judges' good graces before it's too late. But it doesn't seem like that's his plan as he gets back inside and gets hit with a nice 4-piece combo by Clayton.
4-piece McNugget just laying into Kevlio as he tries to strike back.
But with how much Clayton throws him, he might give him a 6-piece by the end of this fight. And then Kevlio goes down again. Can he get back up for the 4th time this fight?
Appears to be trying. And he will on 9.
1 second left. He better hope he can get some distance this round, or else this might be his last.
Trying to work something, Cobb just drilling into him.
Just
Might have to
won't
call him the
of a second.
McNugget dealer.
Oh, and a massive right hook. Kevlio is stunned, but he's throwing a combo back to try to get some distance with him. Can he keep alive this round and make it to the next one?
A little update for you, Mr. Nico. We got myself, David Climbs 3, also known as Bobby Bangers on the mic, along with Smoky Woods, as we
Yes.
look at Kevlio drilling into Cobb for the first time in a while.
Oh, and a nice three-piece by Kevlio, but he can't keep his guard up enough to not get hit back.
Kevlio working right now, trying to keep Cobb honest, but the question is, how long can he keep this up? As that will be the end of the round, and Kevlio barely still in this fight.
And I do got to note, while Kevlio was throwing all those punches at the end, it didn't seem like he connected with more than one. So he was really just wasting stamina right there.
Yeah, you gotta think Clayton might be getting a little frustrated. He hasn't ended this yet.
That is definitely true because he has put him down 4 times already. But Kevlio has gotten up every single time. I think we're going into round 5 now. Is that correct, Bobby?
Sounds right to me.
Can we see Kevlio stay in it for one more round? Or can we see him turn it around and possibly get a knockdown on Clayton?
It just takes one blow to truly deal whatever
And,
damage he needs to do as he's coming out swinging.
and we have seen Kevlio daze Cobb. He just cannot end it. So he does have the power and the skills to do it. We just haven't been able to see him finish. And a big combo by both of them. Ooh, and Clayton with a massive right hook that dazes Kevlio again, working the body.
Kevlio just taking more damage. Okay, the hubris has to stop Clayton. The Tom Brady / Mahomes.
Yeah, the slash Mahomes is crazy. Why are you comparing him to Brady?
Brady will always be on top of Mahomes. As Cobb, trying to rip into Kevlio, gets another daze.
You know, Clayton, I can already see what you're typing, but a 43-year-old Tom Brady beat Mahomes in the playoffs and won that Super Bowl. But Clayton Cobb hitting Kevlio with an amazing combo to put him down, and he falls forward almost onto Cobb.
Kevlio now trying to get up again. And he won't this time. He will stay down.
Cobb with the knockout for his retirement fight. He will go out in a blaze of glory, finishing with 4 or is it 4-0 or 5-0 now?
I believe that puts Cobb at 4-0 in his
4-0
career.
for his retirement.
That was an amazing fight. But
That was
with that said, that will conclude our supercard. You got any last words, Smokey?
that was just an amazing card, guys. Thank you for everyone who watched. Thank you for everyone who gave me good jobs and everything for my first time commentating. And Clayton, that was an amazing fight to finish out on.